Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. Thank you for joining me today. It's Friday morning and today's video is going to be a little bit different. Now, if you watched my September plans video, I will put a link to it down below. You will have seen that some of my plans this month consist of a lot of jersey makes. Now, I have a Brother 1034D overlocker. You can probably just see it just behind me here. Now, I've had this overlocker, I'm saying since I started sewing 4 years ago, but it was probably, I would say, a good 6 months after I started sewing that I really wanted an overlocker. And I bought it second hand and didn't pay a lot for it, but it's been a brilliant little overlocker. But what I will say is that I have had some difficulties with it, and recently it's been extremely temperamental. I've never been able to stitch garments together on my overlocker. I've only ever really been able to use it for finishing seams because I've never been able to get the tension good enough so that when I stitch things together, they're actually stitched together tightly. I've ended up with sort of laddering between the seams, which is just not, it's just not workable. So sewing jersey makes has been a bit of a nightmare for me, and what I found, I'm doing really well with my September plans so far. I'm on track, so I'm really happy with that. But what I've found recently is I just cannot get the tension right on this overlocker, and I'll just show you the hem on one of my seams at the minute, if I can just show you that. I don't know if that's focusing very well. Let me just hide out of the way so it focuses. I don't know if you can see that, but it's really rubbish. And I'm just at the point where I've had enough, I'll be honest. And for some time I've been wanting a cover stitch machine. Now, for those of you that don't know what a cover stitch machine does, on jersey makes such as this one, for instance, it gives you a real, this is ready to wear, this top that I'm wearing now, but it gives you a nice sort of top stitch finish on one side, but sort of an overlocked finish on the other side. So it finishes jersey, t-shirts and hems really nicely. It gives you that lovely professional finish. And I've wanted a cover stitch for probably about 12 months now, and I haven't got one yet. But I was about to get one. I've got a birthday coming up in November, and I was about to think I'm going to treat myself for my birthday and finally get myself a cover stitch machine. However, my overlocker's been driving me mad so much, and I've been thinking I'm going to get more use out of the overlocker, because with a cover stitch you can use a twin needle on your sewing machine. It gives you a similar finish, and I thought, can I just manage with that for now? But I really need a new overlocker. And the overlocker that I've bought, I'm so excited because I'm going to give my old 1034D to my sister-in-law, because I still think it's got some life in it, and I think that if it was probably serviced, it would be fine. But I have wanted a really nice overlocker for some time, and I want lots of things, but you know what it's like. We can't have everything, can we? So, but I thought, you know what, I need an overlocker. I need a new overlocker, and I want a really good one. So I have bought myself a Babylock, and I'm really excited. It's come today, and I thought that what I would do is open it with you so we can have a look together to see what this baby can do. So I have bought the Babylock Imagine, and I've never had a Babylock overlocker before, but I have done a bit of research. Obviously they're not cheap, but I think this is going to last me forever. And I'm so excited to be able to actually stitch up jersey makes on an overlocker, rather than having to just do them on my sewing machine and then finish them on an overlocker. So what I thought we would do today is, as I say, this has just come today. It should have come a few days ago, but I've been working all week, and obviously they won't leave it in a safe place, and I've had nobody to be able to collect it for me, to be at home, so I've had to wait really excitedly all week, and it's finally come this morning, so I thought we could unbox it together. So that's what today's video is going to be. Now, before we do that, one other thing that I just want to say is we have hit 2,000 subscribers, and I am absolutely amazed. I still can't quite get my head around the fact that so many people tune into my channel and watch me sew and watch some of the fabrics that I buy and some of the patterns, and like just listening to me waffling on, and I'm just really amazed that there's so many people out there that enjoy this channel. So thank you so much. It's just incredible. But I will be doing another giveaway for hitting 2,000 subscribers. I'm just finalising the details at the minute, so please bear with me. It will probably be in one of my subsequent videos because I still need to get that finished. So without further ado, let's get this box opened and see what's inside. Okay, so I'm going to open the box now, and so we've got a user guide, which obviously is going to come in very handy. What's this? The power cable and foot pedal. Little accessory box here. So we'll have a look at that in a minute. And let's just take this polystyrene lid off and lift out. Oh gosh, it's so heavy. Okay, so I've taken out the overlocker from the box, and I'm just going to get it out of its wrapping. I don't know if I've got this the right way around. I think it's back to front. Gosh, it's really heavy. Okay, so there's my overlocker. This one's obviously a 4-thread overlock now. I think you can get 3-thread ones as well, but to be honest, I don't know what the difference is at present. So I'm just going to open the little accessories box and see what we've got inside here. I don't know what this is. Oh, this is the cover, I think. So I think we've got a plastic cover for it, which will obviously come in really useful. I think the one thing that I am quite surprised at is that there isn't, you don't get 4 overlocking cones with it. I'm always thinking that they should include those things to get you started. So, but I do have some, so I'm going to have to raid my stash to get some overlocking cones out. But yeah, nice manual here. So I imagine that I'm going to have some fun setting this up. So we'll have a look at that shortly. It also came with a little accessories book as well. So it looks like you can do bias binding and all sorts with this. So I'm going to have a little read of this, and then what I'll do is I'll get it set up and we'll have a little play and see how we get on. Okay, so here is the Babylock Imagine. Now I've unboxed it. It's a 4-thread overlocker. As you can see, there's 4 spools at the back there. And all I've done so far is plugged it in. It's come already with a little sample stitching that it's done, which looks really nice. That looks so nice compared to my other one. This overlocker has this air threading mechanism, so it's supposed to be really simple to thread. I have no idea how that works as yet, so we will be having a look at that shortly. Now, in the accessory packet, you get a little accessory packet with it, and inside are these little bits and pieces here. So we've got, according to the manual, 4 sponge discs. Don't know what we do with those yet. 4 spool caps. We've got an Allen tool, which is here, screwdriver, and this little piece of wire, if you can see that. And I think that is a lower threading tool. So we'll see what that does shortly. You also get some thread nets as well. I've never used these before. I think I had these on my brother overlocker, but I've never used them, so not sure if I'll use those, but we'll have a look at that. Now there is also an accessory compartment on the overlocker, which I believe is just around here. So if we open this, there is a little box in here as well, so we'll just take that out and have a little look at what's in here. Okay, so I've opened up the accessory box and taken out the accessory pack that was in there, and I've opened it up, and we've got a set of needles here. They'll come in really handy, obviously. Another small screwdriver, set of angled tweezers. Now, you desperately need these with every overlocker. These help so much for trying to pick up your threads to pull them through, because you can't get your fingers in all the places you need to. A little lint brush, and you've got a replacement upper cutting blade here. That's useful. And this little pack looks like a little pack of screws, but I can't figure out what they are. It says needle clamp screw. I'm assuming that's what they are. But we'll have a look. We'll have a look later. Okay, and so let's just move those to one side for a minute. And then finally, this I like a lot. So this is a quick reference guide. So if we have a look at this, we've got different, it's going to be great for setting this up. So we've got the 4-thread overlock guide there, 3-thread overlock, and it gives you a little picture of what they look like as well, so that's quite nice. Narrow 3-thread overlock there. Oh sorry, no, it's there. It's really difficult looking through the viewfinder and the guide at the same time. 3-thread overlock, narrow hem. We've got flat lock seaming. I've never tried that. I never tried it on my brother, so that'll be interesting to have a go at. A 3-thread rolled edge lock here, which is quite nice for doing a very narrow rolled hem. Turning the guide over, we have got a 2-thread flat lock wide and a 2-thread flat lock narrow. Blanket stitch, not sure when I'll use that, and ladder stitch as well. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to set it up for the excuse me, I'm going to set it up for the 4-thread overlock, this one here, because that's what I generally use, and I'm going to have a little play and we'll see what that looks like. Okay, so I've just read the first little bit of the instructions, and there's a little handle just at the right hand side here which you pull forward and it opens up the front cover, and then to open up the cutting blade cover so that you can get access to all the loopers, blades and thread guides, etc. You pull this little lever out to the right hand side and pull it forward. So yeah, if you've never seen, I'll just zoom in a little bit, right way. If you've never, excuse me, there we go. So if you've never seen inside an overlocker before, they do look quite complicated, and I know the first time I ever threaded up my brother 1034D, when you've just been used to threading a sewing machine, it's really scary. But what I would say with an overlocker, as long as you take your time, and it's like anything, the more you do it, the easier it becomes, and the more proficient you get at it. What I would say with using an overlocker compared to a sewing machine is go slow. It's very easy to get carried away. I certainly do with my sewing machine. I have my, once I'm sewing away, I've got my foot down and it's like driving a car fast. But you really can't do that with an overlocker, because you'll end up just cutting into your nice fabric and making loads of errors. I've done that so many times. So yeah, so let's have a look at what we do next. Okay, so I just wanted to talk you through what I've done. I've managed to thread my overlocker for the first time, and it's worked perfectly first time, and it's just amazing. So like you do with the Brother 1034D, if anyone's got that overlocker, you thread in a particular order. So you do the lower looper and the upper looper first, and then you do the right needle and then the left needle. Now it has automatic needle threaders, which what I found was when I threaded the right needle, it was a bit awkward, but the left one, it worked really well. So that's probably just me, that just needs a little bit of time to get used to that. But essentially, if you've used an overlocker before, you start with the upper looper cone, which is the furthest right, slide it through, sorry, no it's not, it's this one at the back. This is the upper looper, this is the lower looper. So you thread it through the guide at the top, which is just here. It comes through the tension disc at the back, which is there, slide down through there, and basically the Jet Air threading system is you have to fiddle about with locking the system here. So you press this button you have your finger on this button and you turn the hand wheel, and then it locks the mechanisms, I guess, in position. And then what you do is you just pull out a long thread of your upper looper thread, you insert it into this little hole that's just here, and then you press this lever, and what it does is it just threads it automatically. It's amazing. So and then you do the same with the other one, and then yeah, you're ready to go. Then the needles obviously are just these two here, and they're basically the same. You insert it into the tension disc at the back, down through the thread guides, up and round. Hang on a second, my phone's ringing. Sorry about that. Okay, so I can't actually remember what I was saying, but yeah, the loopers thread themselves. So you literally put the thread into those holes, press this button, and it just, using air, just threads all the way through, and you don't have to worry about it. Threading your needles is straightforward, and I've just run a first sort of little chain across there. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to overlock the hem of my Edie top that I was working on last weekend. I'll show you what that looks like, and yeah, I'll see you in a minute. Okay, so the presser foot on the Imagine is just at the back here. So, but you don't actually need to use it with an overlocker because it will tend to feed in the fabric of its own accord anyway. So I'm going to redo this overlocking that I did on my brother, and we'll see how we get on. Okay, so there we go. I think I still need to, I'll just show you a close-up of that. You see that? Is that going to focus? There we go. So I think I need to just adjust it a little bit. I think the loopers are just hanging off the edge of the fabric slightly, but that is really nice and neat. So much neater than my old one. Also, I think the Imagine's a lot quieter than my brother as well, and it just feels more substantial. So yeah, really, really happy with that. So that's it from me today. I hope you've enjoyed having a look at my new Babylock Imagine overlocker. If you've never had an overlocker before, I would suggest that obviously you don't go for something like this, because you know, start off with something quite simple and fairly reasonably priced as well, until you know that you're going to get plenty of use out of it. As I mentioned earlier, I've had my brother 1034D for a few years now, and it was second-hand when I bought it, because I didn't know at that time whether sewing was something that I was going to stick to for this length of time, and it's become such a huge part of my life now that I was quite happy to invest in something like this. So I'm really, really happy with it. Obviously, I think it's going to take me quite a while to get used to it and have a look at some of the other features that it does, but I think I'm really going to enjoy sewing lots more jersey fabrics now, and being able to actually sew them on my overlocker rather than on my sewing machine and just overlocking the seams. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, please give it a thumbs up. Again, thank you so much to everybody that's subscribed to my channel. I will be looking forward to doing the giveaway really, really soon. So please don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, and tune in next time, and I will see you all again really soon. Bye bye.